y'all. Can men and women be just friends? Fuck is this?
Men and women cannot just be friends. 3, 2, 1.
Men and women cannot just be friends. I fully agree, 100 billion%. You know why, chat? Let me tell y'all, right? It can come off as two opposite sex just being friends, right? Right? But I'm telling y'all, right? The possibility of them doing something will always be there. If the bitch is not gay, if I can be friends with a lesbian, like, you know what I'm saying? I can be just friends with younger May, but I don't think that's the argument.
Cannot just be friends.
He's still deciding, but I'll go ahead. There's always this underlying current to a man
Why is she
and
trying
a
to
woman
seduce us?
when they're just friends, because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And men, as you know, you guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend.
Hey, why are you making that face? Just because your gay ass is not dominant and you're the submissive one, that don't mean all men are not dominant. Layman, nigga.
Sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable, and maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if the man is like,
I feel like if I was just friends with a girl, right? If I was just friends with a girl and we talk on FaceTime and shit like that, I feel like one day I'll just be bored and fuck the bitch.
like not attracted to women? Just like generally, do you think that's still
You mean if they take a different
like a gay man and
sexual orientation?
and a
Of
woman?
course that's different.
Well, I think that's different, perhaps because they're attracted to men. So in that moment, they have taken on the feminine energy.
So they only want to conquer the men, not the women.
Well, in that, there's always masculine and feminine energy, whether you're a man or woman. So if the man is gay and identifies as being attracted to men, then he's in a feminine energy, mostly. Now, if there's two of them, there's one that's more masculine and more feminine, but that's for another.
Two of my best friends are women. We have great times together all the time. Not once have I considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Ever?
No.
Why? No. I'm asking you though. Why? That's the question. Why? Is it because you cannot sleep with them? Or is it because, A, they asked you if you wanted to sleep with them and you denied that? Like, I think, chat, there's a slim chance a man and a woman might just be friends. For example, my dad's friend, daughter. Because of the respect for my dad, and like that, I don't want it to get to the parents, I might say no. But like, if I was like, oh, they would never find out, I would still do it. Most men would do it, bro.
But that's
Nice
the
hair,
thing,
I
though.
appreciate
That's
you,
why-
host.
In your darkest hour, come on.
No.
Because
We started off as friends, and this is like I said, I was
lot of-
never attracted to them.
A lot of relationships start like that today, even though I discourage it. They say, I'm not attracted to them, but it'll grow. And I'm always like, it can happen.
It can, but
But the odds of it, so I agree with you on that as well.
yeah, that's why I'm like, I do
Slim to
understand
none.
and I get it, but like two of my best friends are women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, you're gonna do, and I'm like, it's not, because
You never know. Life is a long time.
Are your friends
Bro.
attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
But like just like generally speaking, like your
Yes.
girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like, you know.
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about intimacy.
Well, that's
What the
why.
fuck is
So
non-monogamous?
you getting played. So you ain't worried about your man.
He's like getting it, so he doesn't need it. But
What's
you know,
monogamous?
But if you was lonely, you wasn't getting it though, and your friend was throwing it
and
at
you
you.
just
That's a,
Your self-value.
that's a different situation. That's what I'm saying. I know.
Ruby was sending in.
Come to the dark side.
If he's
Okay,
not
okay,
attracted,
okay.
if we're not attracted,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
just
like,
friends.
it's just friends, yeah.
As a straight, very monogamous man, I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women.
Oh, they like
I've
me, it was
never been
goody.
like a bro, rah, rah, rah.
I
that
could tell,
type
I
of
could
thing.
tell.
So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship because we're men and women.
I'm telling y'all, a lot of people, right? A lot of men that are friends with women. This is their like argument. Oh, I've known her since she was a kid, bruh. I would never, blah blah blah, right? And I would agree with you. I don't think you would get up and ask her to sleep with you because you value the friendship too much, right? So I agree with that. But let's say the girl hits you up saying, I just want to suck your dick, bro. Lately you've been looking good as fuck. You think you're saying no, nigga? Bro, do you think you're saying no, nigga? Men are animals. When are y'all gonna accept it?
We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
So my perspective is from kind of a Christian worldview. I believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction, to be one. And so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had
Your
some
boy's back was goody.
extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around their family, around
Epic
their
was
kids,
hitting in.
what they do for work, what they do for school, developing that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, she's just a body. Yeah, she's just a piece of meat. You develop that emotional
piece of meat.
attraction, that emotional
Which
relationship.
is why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark
Can you not?
I would ask.
Because I completely agree with you on that. From
you
the same
love-
Christian
Yes.
standpoint, 100%.
Wait, hold up. Have you been sleeping all right?
Get your,
I haven't.
get
which is
your
why
lame
I
ass home, bro.
sleep
I've been
time.
sleeping good, nigga.
Also,
I don't
it's a
need your product,
0.5
nigga.
million and been focused.
What he talking about?
Someone,
He talking about he trying to. Oh, me sleeping? Been sleeping right?
I would date someone I do not find physically attractive.
I do not find physically attractive is insane. Maybe I don't find them attractive all the way, but I have to find them somewhat attractive. Hell nah, bruh. Y'all gotta understand, chat. Like, it can be like, she's pretty cute. Feel me? Like, I'm not looking at her like, damn, she's bad. But like, she's pretty cute. But her personality is amazing, so I'll date her. But like, not attracted at all? Hell no.
3, 2, 1.
Yo. Like this weird ass nigga. This nigga just trying to be different, bro. Musa was goody.
I do it all the time because there's a lot you don't, just from the physicalness, it's like sometimes there's some people that I learned just by not going in based off physical attraction is I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality. And looks can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite end where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on a date with.
I feel
But like, what do you mean by not find them attractive though? Cause not find them attractive can be like, oh, she's decent, or it can be like, holy shit, she's ugly as fuck.
not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get
Yeah.
to know them. Yeah, I feel like at that point, like once I like someone's personality romantically, I probably also think they're attractive.
I would say that for some, it's not a reflection on your
Indecisive ass
how
nigga.
weighted appearance versus personality might be. It differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences, and I think that a certain element of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the whole package by any means.
Right. It's the very first impression you get of most people.
Yes.
Because like, you meet someone and you can't hear their voice first thing most of the time, you just see them. And you're like, oh, that person's attractive, or like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody. But me personally, I would not be with someone I don't find attractive.
So I gotta give context here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, then, cause I met a girl that had nice pictures.
Fuck?
But then when I seen her in person, she was a little bit bigger than I prefer, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, everyone can have nice pictures today.
Yeah.
Whoa. My nigga said a little bigger. Hey, you gotta be careful with that subject.
Nothing wrong with being a bit bigger, but for preference sake, I wasn't really feeling it. But her personality is what got me. And then I started entertaining it. So,
Then you started.
Even though I got catfished, I actually considered, taking her seriously.
And I also date, like, sometimes I really try this because it's led to some great people I've got to meet along the way. I will date outside of my preferences just to see what that's like.
If you're not initially attracted to that person and have a strong sexual attraction, then it's not going to work because we know that relationships get worse, not better. That's like, I don't know, I think it's a recipe for a disaster.
Wait, what is she? What is she? Some type of therapist or something? Because the way she's talking, right? It's not like she's talking like as a suggestion. She's saying like what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Cheating is the worst thing my partner could do to me.
I would.
3,
What's worse than
2,
cheating, chat?
1.
What's worse than cheating? Okay, that woman is just trying to be different every time, bro. She's just trying to be different, bro.
I feel like there's like probably worse things like in theory that a partner could do to their partner, but just because that's such an important aspect for me, and like I feel like my partners in the past have like been very aware that was like something that I actively would not do. I feel like that would just make that adds like an extra element of evil.
Yeah,
to it.
I mean, my mind goes to marriage. I mean, you know, when you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything.
Why you
highs
talking
and
like that?
lows.
I'll
And,
fuck with him though.
I mean, if
like
you do something
W
like cheating, it's
mindset.
basically like, screw this love. This wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God.
Bugging was
mean
goody.
nothing. I think for a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating. I mean,
100%. And
Your forehead big as hell.
It's
My
one of the
dick big as hell
things
too,
is,
bitch.
like, do not commit adultery.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the worst thing, because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically, there's worse things, like they could kill you, which would probably be the worst thing, because then like you're not even in the picture.
You belong over
But,
here.
right. So I'm kind of like, you know, but I would say that would like,
Realistically,
destroy
though.
me, and I would never even think about something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I was actually cheated on a few, like 4 or 5 months ago. I struggled with self-esteem so much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened.
I'm sorry to hear that,
destroyed
brother.
any chance I had at self-love at that time, and it was just devastating for me. Like, it really was just devastating, because it didn't just destroy that relationship, it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had built up based on other people's validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah. So
Chat, I feel like if your self-confidence and your self-esteem is that dependent on somebody else's actions, and that action can be as worse as cheating, right? As bad as cheating. But if your life is that dependent on somebody else's actions, I feel like you need to reevaluate, bro. Because you need to have a character that's unbreakable, you feel me? It's just like nobody can fuck with you. Of course, you can like, damn, like, you can be hurt about that fact. It's like, damn, like, she really cheated on me, that's kind of sad. But ain't nobody finna throw me off, chat. Like, word two, if my girl cheated on me, I'd be very sad, bro. I might shed a tear or two. What's up? Men cry too, you hear me? But word to my mother, it would never throw me off what I'm doing. I would still go live. Cause I don't, like, niggas get cheated on, right? And they're not going to work. They're depressed and shit like that. Damn, it's like your life, your character, who you are as a person, your identity is that dependent on somebody else's actions? Yeah, nah, bro. Reassess, man.
So that's why I'm over here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is f***ed up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown that. Bro, I had over $250,000 stolen from me this year, bro.
God!
That put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine if
God!
my partner stole that money from me, or she was just a homie. I'd be more mad about the money. You feel me, right?
I don't have that money to be stolen.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
But because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so I don't give a f if she was a homie. If she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life. You know what I mean, right? So my whole thing is, when we talking about the prom.
How though? Like, how you lose 250 G's?
Partner could do. Yeah. I've been cheated on before. The first time I was cheated on, bro, I was petty. I was in high school, bro. I drove all the way to the crib and told her mom what she was doing with me. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I was vengeful. But now I just be like, you know, so many people do it. There's worse things that they happen. Like, if you kill my mom, I'd be more mad rather than you f***ing a homie.
The sanctity of marriage is supposed to be till death do us part.
By the way, but I think he's taking it to the extremes though, you feel me? It's not even like on some, like, you feel me? Like, he's taking it to the extreme of like, I would be more mad if you killed my mom. Anybody would agree with that. But it's like, let's be realistic, you feel me?
That doesn't mean if your carnal flesh gave in and you had you know, an indiscretion.
D,
that
shut
you're
your lame
able to
ass
hit
up.
the door running. No, that means there's work to be done. We have problems. For me, I think it actually can be the best thing because it's a sign that there is a huge problem in the relationship that needs fixed. Most sex is not emotional, so it's just a bodily act that animals do, and you're going to blow up a marriage or a relationship with children over sex. To me, I think that is ridiculous.
But
and
sex-
shows-
You could say that about the person doing the cheating too.
I've been cheated on, so I have been cheated on.
Well, so you think that's something you could like, oh, you have gotten over it?
I have gotten over it. If my husband cheats on me, of course I'd be devastated. I'm human, I bleed just like all y'all too, but I'd be like, damn, like, what's the problem here? What's the issue?
See, but that's-
and can we
Why don't
solve
you just,
this?
Why don't you just talk? Like
Well,
if you guys are
yeah.
married and you have that emotional
I feel like there's like
We know
there's
that
things
that
before
doesn't
that.
happen though. We know that people don't.
I think we should work to changing that.
We should,
Instead
but
of
that doesn't mean
accepting-
I'm going to unconditionally love you just because you went and had an indiscretion. I wouldn't do that to
I
my
mean-
son. My son F's up all the time and does crazy shit. I'm like, where on God's green earth did you learn that? That doesn't mean I stop loving him.
For men, I feel like we take.
I mean, I definitely see her perspective from like you're blowing up a whole marriage off like an unemotional act. It's like at the end of the day, we're animals at core, and we're just like in our natural habitat when we're having sex with people. Like it's a very strong urge that people have, men more than women, right? So it's like blowing up a whole marriage because of that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
cheating a lot more personally
We
as
do.
opposed to women. It
I
comes
think
with to the ego.
People's boundaries are all different. So if you know you have perhaps been with no or less partners and then you get married, to learn that that person cheated would be proportionally much more devastating to someone who's had maybe a lot of relationship experience and therefore that's more of an active part in their life. So I think that everyone's boundaries are different. So for some people, I have seen them get over it. I know for me personally, I would say that I'm a woman that would take that devastatingly seriously and would not look lightly at it. So it depends on the person's boundaries.
If you had children and if you had a family involved, you would break up your family over a man's one-time indiscretion.
Yes.
That
But
would
I feel-
adversely affect your child and possibly send her to the stripper
Facts.
pole.
I don't feel comfortable answering that question because I feel like it's making a lot of
That, yeah,
but
that feels-
Wait, you don't feel like you like she's speaking louder to like I don't feel comfortable. Just be quiet then if you don't feel comfortable. Let the other people talk. The fuck? Why are you trying to say that you're uncomfortable to talk about it so bad? Feel me? Just stop talking then.
feels like
What
an escalation
happens?
a
This is
little
But
bit.
what
I
happens.
feel like that
We don't
that
want to
just
answer those
shows
questions, but
that shows
I
an
would say-
example onto the kids, like, oh, this is not that bad of a thing.
Do the
And I
kids
also-
have to
I think
know
that
about
if
it?
Somebody cheating on you is more than just like a physical thing. Like that's a break of trust, and I feel like
Well,
if you can't have that trust in someone, then I also don't want them to be like raising my kids with me.
Yeah.
so we're all saying that love is conditional is the end of
Yeah,
Yes,
oh, 100% agree with that.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, I 100%, you see, I get her point, but I get their point as well, where it's like, hey, would I want to raise my child with somebody that made a decision like that? But when you really think about it, right, you have made fuck-ups, right? Like, we love to tell ourselves that our fuck-up is less worse than somebody else's fuck-up, right? But we all fuck up, chat. Y'all gotta understand, we all make mistakes. If it's a continuous thing, if he was emotionally involved with another woman and it's a conscious decision, I understand, right? But for a man to be at the club and he put his dick in the wrong place, he put his dick in a bitch, you feel me? And like you conclude his whole like character just based off one decision, I don't think it's fair. Cause you married that person, y'all gotta understand. She married that person, which means she loved him so much that she decided to marry him, right? And one mistake, the marriage is over. Everything that you guys been through is over. Feel me? Like that's what I'm saying.
Monogamy is overrated.
Monogamy is like
3,
one-on-one, right?
1.
One person, one person.
monogamy is overrated. Sorry.
Of course, your weird ass thing.
Come on, man, get over here, get your butt over here. You know you belong here. At least I'm
I know. We're like,
think about it.
We're like
So,
6 minutes
I
seconds.
cooked.
We're
Y'all know I
taught from
cooked.
the Disney, all these fairy tales. It's like you're supposed to be with that one and only, you know. So
Y'all
it's
know I
very
cooked.
frightening to break something traditional. But after like a few months with it, I just knew I'm like, this is the right choice. I've been in the most happiest of relationships. I just celebrated my 3 years with my primary partner. And like, as well as my 2-year anniversary with my secondary partner. But it's like, you know, I do think that monogamy is kind of overrated. I don't think that there's anything like, you know, wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But I do think that non-monogamy and poly relationships should be something that like, it's looked at as an option.
I think nowadays I know more open relationships than I do strictly closed relationships with the people that I know.
That's crazy.
I
don't know a single open
that
relationship.
Monogamy is overrated, but I do agree that for some people like yourself, poly relationships work better. So I don't look down upon them. I think whatever works for you works for you.
Yes.
But I can still say that for like someone like
Holes, I
yourself,
appreciate you,
people that are
brother.
Similarly, just very focused and have like strict kind of like. I just can't ever. Oh my God, I could never imagine more than like one person.
It's a lot.
It depends
takes
on
a
the
lot.
person,
Yeah.
so therefore I don't think monogamy is overrated. I think it depends on the person, and I think for me it's definitely not over. It's the only option. For you, poly is like the right way, so it just depends. I'm completely non-judgmental. I think it just depends.
I just want to say, I don't mind monogamy, right? I just don't like a controlling relationship where it's completely like, no, you can't nobody else, but at the same time, you want to me once or twice a month. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
you know, me and my ex was together for 5 years. I actually broke up with her in April, but for 2.5 years out that relationship, we was barely, we're like maybe once a month.
Barely
Then I moved her
fucking.
in the crib, and then when I moved her in the house, for the whole first year of her living in the house, she just didn't want to have sex.
That's
and shit.
right.
Now we had an agreement that we had agreed on where we could do various things that we just didn't want to know about and stuff like that, right? And because you wasn't me and stuff like that, I was handling the agreement, like I was following the agreement. But because there were certain things
Word
that
12
wasn't
never go for
necessarily
that.
100% out there, that created complications in the relationship to the point that it ended up to us breaking up.
I think it's definitely like
Tat, word to my mother, that's one, I would never go for that shit. If I was with a girl, right, and the bitch was telling me, I don't want to have sex just because, word to go find a nigga that you want to fuck every day, bro. You would have lost your mind, bro. I don't know why niggas stay with girls like that. Word to my mother's actually insane to me. I understand, like, oh, it's that time of the month. Oh, I'm tired today, sorry, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't want to. Have you? Yeah, bro, go, like I said, I know there's a girl out there that's going to want to fuck me every single day. Like, but she can't get her hands off of me type shit. You done lost your mind. What the fuck? That's settling.
it has a
Hella
place
movies.
like for certain people. Like obviously we have two people who are like very religious here, and it works well for them. And I just think like if I was in an open relationship, I would go crazy. Like even when I'm in like a normal relationship where it's like I don't expect them to cheat on me, I'm still like it's
Suspect.
yeah. So I just like if I can't imagine a world where I would agree with that. And also before I had like loved someone or like dated anybody, I was like, oh no, I could totally be in an open relationship. And then I actually
I'm not looking for that girl.
Are you
Never
a very
mind.
sexual person? Just curious though.
like kind of.
Kind of.
Sure.
It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
So if
Yeah.
your partner was very sexual too, and he's like, baby, like I want to be with you, but you always just shut him down because you ain't in the mood.
I don't. That's like never happened.
Oh,
I don't
well,
think.
okay, but I'm just
like I
saying,
just
like-
feel like that's like not that's like personally for me not an issue. But also,
Alright.
I don't know. I think that would definitely be a conversation if there was like an imbalance. But also, I think there's different things that make people compatible as partners, and that's definitely one of them.
What he's saying is the cry of many men today is that they're not getting enough sex from their partner.
She's got to be a
And-
therapist or something,
Not
chat.
just sex. It's not like men are like, oh, I'm heartless.
That connection.
But listen, men need sex to create intimacy. Women need intimacy to have sex. And people get married and then fuck around. It's like,
Yep.
just don't get married then. And stay like this boy, dates and anniversaries every
two are my
month.
people, honestly.
What is title? What you mean?
Next month is his 1 year anniversary with partner number 3. Like just, you know what I mean? Just be out there doing your dates. And just
The
let
vid
me-
title is
By the end of the day,
can a man and a woman just
nobody
be
should
friends?
Dictate your relationship because everyone's gonna try to push what they think works for
Yeah.
you know. This is what's best for you. Like I'm over it. I'm like, why? So I can be frustrated and pissed off and like I've tried it. To me, it did not work.
I want to take perspective because, you know, Christian, I'm going to take perspective that's a little away from my biblical views. And no disrespect, but I do think polygamy is just laziness.
Not
I think
polygamy.
it's-
This is
or-
polyamory.
no,
Polygamy is
sorry.
when it's multiple wives, just
Polyamorous.
one person.
Nigga, shut your lame ass up, bitch. You know what he's talking about. Your goofy ass. You need somebody to talk to you like that.
I see that as laziness, that you don't want to commit to someone in the hard times. Like you were talking about a little bit about, well, they're not
Appreciate
getting
you,
fulfilled
nah.
sexually, so why not
Appreciate
find
you,
somewhere
Mikey.
else? Why not just do the hard work to
Facts.
work on your relationship?
Facts.
so that you
Ooh, I
can
was
get
ready
that
for this
pleasure?
question.
And
No,
I mean,
I was ready for
there's such a
Bro,
emotional,
he's
there's a
pissing me off, bro.
psychological
Yeah.
just importance in being with one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pair bonding.
So then
Yeah.
why do we have such a high divorce rate?
I agree with you on that.
why do we
but-
have such a high divorce
Why do
rate?
why are people still cheating? Why is open
Because they're not. Because our country, I think, is lazy. We
That's what I'm saying. What that gotta do with like he thought he proved the point. Then why do we have a high divorce rate? We have a lot of lazy people. Like what the fuck? What that gotta do with my point? He's saying that like being poly or whatever that shit is being lazy and not willing to be putting in the effort with one person. Oh, high divorce rate. It's just more lazy people. That's
we
what I'm
don't want to
saying.
have these hard conversations of
Okay.
maybe we should go to therapy, maybe we should try to get help because we love one another. It's like, nah,
Or
I
even
can go
to
get
talk
this.
about it. Period.
Yeah.
Just to talk about
I-
it, right?
So me and my ex, we actually did couples therapy because again, we was barely for like 2.5
Uh-huh.
years, bro. We went to couples therapy.
Why is he
Next
talking
thing you
about
know,
fucking? Just
Everything was
fucking.
great for like a month, and then one day she just blew up. She said, "Man, I still don't feel like you this and that." But like she went in, bro.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So at the same time, there was a point in my relationship where it really just came to the point like, baby, I love everything else about you. You know what I mean, right? This area sucks. Are you still attracted to me? She said, yes, I'm still attracted to you, right? Well, here's
Fuck
the
me
thing,
then.
You just don't want to have sex with me, right? Go somebody dudes. I don't give a
Yeah.
Let's have that conversation, right? Because I get everything else I want from you anyways. I was open to the idea. I want to be with my woman, but if you don't want to do this, I'm fine just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get on the same
there's-
page.
I mean, I understand the importance of
shit.
sex, but there's self-sacrifice in every relationship you need to make. If you're happy with her and everything she had, but you also have a value on sex, then maybe she's not the right person.
But the thing was, did I want to go look for greener grass or did I just want to water my own grass? I just stuck it out for 5 years, bro.
That's another aspect of being like romantically compatible with someone, and sometimes there's like one thing that's not there and that sucks. But it's like if that, especially if that other person, that's something that they prioritize. Like personally, if my partner was like, oh, like I love like everything about you, but like this is not compatible, and they wanted to go sleep with other people, like that would make me feel so bad about myself.
And that's why
Like, I
you
would
do
just,
what works
like-
for you.
That's what you do.
Well,
what
I'm
works
just saying
for
like
you.
that's like a compatibility issue then I think, because I'm not your ex-girlfriend, I don't know how she feels, but if I were in that scenario, I just like that just would make me so sad, even though it's
Wait,
like
wait,
it's not
wait,
your
wait.
fault that they're
Wait. Why? Like, what do you mean sad though, chat? Like, do y'all think like, right? Like, who do you think is right in this situation? Him or her? What do you mean that would make me feel sad? Imagine, right? Being in a relationship with a girl for 3 years and she's telling you, still, I don't want to have sex with you. She's not telling you why. It's not a reasonable reason. Now you having insecurities on some like, damn, I'm the one attracted to her, she's not attracted to me. What the fuck? In what world? Yeah, but in what world is the guy right, bruh?
not balanced.
The comments gonna talk so much shit.
Yeah, they-
right.
They're gonna be like, he's a
the day
slut,
I
he's
broke up
awful.
with my girl, bro, she told me like, I won't say everything. The day I broke with my girl, she said, man, she's like, I just be counting down the days. Like, we had sex in like 12 days. I gotta go have sex with y'all. Otherwise, Ashley gonna get mad. You know what I mean, right? And I'm hearing all this and shit, right? You know what I mean? So she said a bunch, and I felt like I had to break up with her, right?
Yeah, no, that's
did not want to. I felt like I had to.
Yeah, that
Maybe
would definitely
that's
take a toll on you.
I think all this goes back to clear
Definitely.
communication because
Mm-hmm.
if
Anthony was goody.
I don't think that cheating means that polyamory would actually be the solution to that. I think that it goes back to your values and
Yes.
what works for you. And I think that I would.
What do you mean
lean trying to
values,
say that
though?
more people might be poly than are exploring that right now, and still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all what
Yeah.
works for you.
I would
I don't know. Because of his reason, I don't think he should go fuck other people while he's still with her. I think he should just find another good person. Like, truly.
Still at the same time, monogamy I think works for a lot of people. So it's all what
Yeah.
works for you.
I would date someone in this room.
Oh!
2.
Oh! Strongly agree or what?
I don't know these people.
Surprised he was over here. I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, I was like,
He's already said what you're doing.
The energy is cool.
You just have to have a pulse.
Damn, strongly disagree?
That's not how that is.
Perfect example, right? Like
I feel like the green sweater and the black shirt would go together. They're both Christian and shit like that. Beautiful, beautiful relationship.
got good energy, right? Now imagine Janelle might be the coolest person. Next thing you know, you start getting to know her, she might be crazy. You be like, then you come over here all of a sudden.
Generally, the few people I've been attracted to, they don't They look like Tim Burton dolls or just like weird goth people. Yeah, just like weird goth people. So like, it's just coincidence. It's very rare that I see these people. So it's not a personal thing.
Sir?
My girlfriend would kill me, and
Respect.
I like to think I'm pretty picky, so.
But am I not your type though?
What the fuck?
You got me feeling some type of way now that you say it. I don't know.
Yo.
So you're my good side?
Okay.
What the fuck? Yo, bro, stop, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, for me, beliefs are extremely important.
Yo, he gonna shoot her shot. She went to strongly agree. The girl with the green. She went to strongly agree, bruh. Yo, this is beautiful.
I'm trying to get all flirty, but you are also very gorgeous. But no, beliefs are very important within relationships. I think I look into, obviously I have a desire to be a husband and one day be a father, and I think if you have difference in beliefs, it's very hard to raise coherently.
Absolutely.
I think that just is extremely important.
Whoa, let's get a hug! That's beautiful! Word to that beautiful, man. Like, bro,